Welcome to the channel.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Have you ever wondered why your salary feels almost the same, but your monthly expenses keep increasing? Groceries cost more, fuel costs more, rent costs more. So where is your money actually going? Every year, millions of people work harder, earn more money, yet somehow feel poorer than before. It almost feels like money is disappearing. But here's the surprising part. It isn't always because you're spending too much. There's an invisible force quietly reducing the purchasing power of your money. That invisible force has a name: inflation. Inflation affects almost every person, every family, and every business. Even if you never invest in stocks, inflation still impacts your everyday life. Imagine buying a cup of coffee for $3 today. 5 years later, that exact same coffee costs $5. The coffee didn't magically become twice as good. The value of your money simply changed over time. So, why does inflation happen? Is it normal? And can anything be done about it? In today's video, we'll answer all of these questions using simple examples that anyone can understand. By the end of this video, you'll understand why prices rise, why your salary often feels smaller, and how inflation quietly shapes your financial life. Before we understand inflation, let's answer one simple question. What exactly is money? Most people think money is wealth, but in reality, money is simply a tool used to exchange value. Imagine you work for 1 month. Instead of being paid with food or products, you're paid with money. Later, you exchange that money for the things you need. But here's the problem. If the value of money decreases, you need more of it to buy the exact same products. That's exactly what inflation does. It slowly reduces the purchasing power of your money over time. Let's look at a simple example that almost everyone can relate to. 5 years ago, your favorite cup of coffee cost just $3. Today, that exact same coffee costs $5. The coffee didn't suddenly become twice as good. The biggest change was the purchasing power of your money. Inflation doesn't happen overnight. It usually happens gradually, making it easy to overlook until everyday expenses become noticeably higher. That's why many people feel like they're earning more money, but still struggling to keep up with everyday expenses. So if inflation quietly reduces the value of your money, what actually causes inflation in the first place? That's exactly what we'll explore next. What causes inflation? Now that you know what inflation is, the next question is even more important. What actually causes inflation? The answer isn't just one thing. Inflation can happen for several different reasons. The first cause is demand. Imagine a new smartphone is released, and everyone wants to buy it on the same day. But the company only has a limited number of phones. Because demand is much higher than supply, prices often increase. This is called demand pull inflation. Too many people are trying to buy too few products. The second cause is higher production costs. Businesses also face rising expenses. If factories pay more for electricity, transportation, and raw materials, they often increase product prices to cover those costs. Economists call this cost-push inflation because rising business costs push prices higher. The third cause is the money supply. If much more money is circulating while the number of goods doesn't increase at the same pace, prices can rise. Think of it like an auction. If more people have money to spend but there are still only a few products available, competition can push prices higher. In the real world, inflation is usually caused by a combination of these factors, not just one. Understanding them helps explain why prices change over time. So if your salary increases every year, why do you still feel like you're not getting ahead? The answer lies in purchasing power. Imagine you receive a 5% salary increase, but prices increase by 7% during the same year. Even though you're earning more money, that money can buy fewer goods and services than before. That's why many people say, I earn more than I did a few years ago, but life feels more expensive. Inflation affects almost every part of your daily life, from the food you eat to the transportation you use. Families often notice inflation first when grocery bills become higher, even if they're buying the same products. Businesses also face inflation. Higher fuel, wages, and production costs often lead to higher prices for customers. Inflation doesn't affect everyone equally. Some people can adapt more easily, while others feel the impact much more. Understanding inflation helps you make smarter, everyday financial decisions, even before thinking about investing. Now that you understand how inflation affects your life, let's explore practical ways people can reduce its impact and build stronger financial habits. Focus on what you can control. The good news is that while you can't control inflation, you can control how you respond to it. Small financial habits today can make a big difference over time. The first habit is creating a simple budget. Knowing where your money goes every month helps you make better financial decisions. The second habit is building an emergency fund. Unexpected expenses become much easier to manage when you're prepared. The third habit is continuing to improve your financial knowledge. Understanding money helps you make more confident decisions in the future. One common myth is that inflation is always bad. In reality, low and stable inflation is considered a normal part of many growing economies. What matters most is understanding how inflation affects your everyday life, so you can plan ahead instead of reacting too late. Let's quickly recap. Inflation means prices generally rise over time, reducing the purchasing power of money. It can be influenced by demand, production costs, and the money supply. Remember, understanding inflation isn't about predicting the future. It's about making informed decisions with the information you have today. If you found this video helpful, subscribe to Finance with Alex for more simple explanations about money, investing, and economics. Thanks for watching. I'm Alex, and I'll see you in the next video.